What if I told you one of Hollywood's biggest stars lived for something far beyond the silver screen? That his true passion was the raw thrill of racing through the desert at breakneck speeds. This is the untold journey of Steve McQueen, on the track, in the dust, and at full throttle. From the rough tracks of off-road racing to the brutal desert trails of the Baja 1000, McQueen pushed himself to the edge, competing with the best racers and proving he belonged. He rode not for the cameras, but for the thrill, the freedom, and the challenge. This is the life of Steve McQueen, his legendary motorcycle races, and the machines that fueled his need for speed. Stay tuned so you can catch every moment. Born in 1930 in Beech Grove, Indiana, Steve McQueen faced a tough childhood. A broken home, time in reform school, and a constant struggle to find stability shaped his early years. But through all the chaos, one thing gave him freedom: motorcycles. At 12 years old, he got his first bike, a 1946 Indian Chief. It was not new or flashy, but to McQueen, it was everything. The heavyweight cruiser came with a 1200cc V-twin engine, a 3-speed transmission, and a rigid frame built for the open road. The bike had a deep, rumbling exhaust note and a reputation for reliability. Back then, the Indian Chief cost around $600, a hefty price, but one that symbolizes power and adventure. Even as he became one of the biggest stars of his time, McQueen never let go of his passion for motorcycles. He didn't just collect them. He rode them, raced them, lived them. He could often be found tearing through the desert, covered in dust, testing his limits. His love for racing brought him to the toughest, most grueling off-road competitions, where only the boldest dared to compete. McQueen's Hollywood contracts had strict rules against dangerous activities like motorcycle racing. That did not stop him. Determined to compete, he created an alias: Harvey Mushman. No red carpets, no cameras, no celebrity treatment. Just a man and his machine, battling through dust, rocks, and brutal terrain against some of the toughest riders in the world. He was not there to put on a show. He trained hard, studied the competition, and pushed his limits. Racing was his true passion. At events like the Baja 1000 and the Mint 400, he raced relentless desert landscapes, punishing heat, and mechanical failures that could end a race in seconds. But McQueen thrived on the challenge, proving he could hold his own against seasoned pros. Harvey Mushman may have been a secret identity, but the man behind it was no mystery. McQueen was a racer at heart. If you're enjoying this look into Steve McQueen's racing legacy, consider subscribing. Your support helps us bring more incredible stories of legends, machines, and the thrill of the ride. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. The Baja 100 is one of the toughest endurance races in the world. First held in 1967, it pushes riders through over 1,000 miles of unforgiving Mexican desert. The course is a brutal mix of deep sand, jagged rocks, and relentless heat, challenging even the most skilled competitors. It is a race where mechanical failure, exhaustion, and the unpredictable terrain can end a rider's journey in an instant. In 1969, Steve McQueen teamed up with stuntman and close friend Bud Akins to take on this grueling event. They rode a Husqvarna 405cc Viking, a lightweight yet powerful dirt bike built for speed and durability. The Viking featured a single-cylinder 2-stroke engine, a 5-speed gearbox, and a high-mounted exhaust, making it ideal for navigating the harsh desert conditions. With a top speed of around 80 miles per hour and exceptional handling, it was a favorite among serious off-road racers. McQueen and Akins fought through the punishing terrain, proving their resilience and skill. Though they did not take home the win, their presence changed everything. McQueen's involvement brought massive attention to the Baja 1000, helping transform it from an underground race into a world-renowned event. His passion for racing, his willingness to take risks, and his refusal to back down left a lasting mark on off-road motorsports. The Mint 400 stands as one of the most demanding off-road races in the United States. Established in 1968, this grueling competition takes place in the Nevada desert, pushing riders and their machines through hundreds of miles of unforgiving terrain. Deep sand, jagged rocks, and blinding dust storms make it a brutal test of endurance, skill, and pure determination. For this challenge, McQueen chose the Husqvarna 250 Cross, a lightweight yet powerful dirt bike for extreme conditions. The 250cc two-stroke engine delivered impressive acceleration, while the chrome moly steel frame kept it agile and responsive on rough ground. With superior suspension and a top speed of over 70 miles per hour, the Husqvarna 250 Cross was designed to dominate off-road races. McQueen arrived at the Mint 400 with one goal: to push his limits. The race demanded everything from its competitors, and he gave it his all. It was never about trophies or headlines. It was about the ride, the challenge, and the thrill of the race. The Elsinore Grand Prix was one of California's most exciting off-road races, drawing hundreds of competitors to Lake Elsinore. The course combined paved streets, rugged dirt trails, and natural obstacles, pushing riders to their limits. The mix of urban and wild terrain made it one of the most challenging races of its time. McQueen entered the race on a Husqvarna 250 Cross, a bike built for speed and agility. Weighing around 212 pounds, it featured a lightweight chromoly frame, a high-revving 250cc two-stroke engine, and long travel suspension designed to handle rough terrain. Its price at the time was around $900, making it a high-performance choice for serious racers. He wasn't there as a Hollywood star, he was there as a racer. Dust-covered and determined, he rode alongside the best. The race's legacy grew so much that Honda later named the CR250M Elsinore after it, forever linking McQueen to its legend. One of McQueen's most iconic motorcycle moments did not come from a race, it came from a movie. In The Great Escape from 1963, he rode a Triumph TR6 trophy in a high-speed chase, dodging German soldiers in a desperate attempt for freedom. The Triumph TR6 trophy, often called the Desert Sled, was a 650cc parallel twin motorcycle built for both road and off-road riding. Weighing around 380 pounds, it had 35 horsepower, a 4-speed transmission, and a top speed of about 100 miles per hour. Although originally designed for scramblers and dirt tracks, McQueen and his stunt team modified it to resemble a World War II-era BMW R75 for the film. While McQueen performed most of his own riding, the legendary fence jump was done by his friend and stuntman Bud Akins. Even so, McQueen's incredible skill in the chase scenes made motorcycles look more than just thrilling. They looked heroic. McQueen's passion for Husqvarna motorcycles played a major role in making them legendary in the U.S. Among his favorites was the Husqvarna 400 Cross, a machine built for power, agility, and pure off-road dominance. The Husqvarna 400 Cross was a 395cc, two-stroke single-cylinder dirt bike with 40 horsepower and a 4-speed gearbox. Weighing just 225 pounds, it was incredibly lightweight, making it perfect for tearing through rough desert terrain. With long travel suspension and a slim frame, it gave riders unmatched control at high speeds. In 1971, Sports Illustrated captured an iconic moment: McQueen, in blue jeans and a t-shirt, riding the Husqvarna 400 Cross across the desert. No staged Hollywood production, no fancy gear, just raw speed, dust, and freedom. That single image boosted Husqvarna's popularity in America, cementing its status on the ultimate off-road machine. McQueen left more than just a film career. He left a roaring legacy on two wheels. Even after his passing in 1980, his influence on motorcycles and off-road racing remains as strong as ever. His race bikes are prized collector's items. His legendary races still inspire new generations. And his fearless riding spirit continues to live on. From the Indian Chief he first rode as a boy to the Husqvarna 405cc Viking that carried him through the Baja 1000, every motorcycle he touched became part of his story. These machines gave him freedom, pushed his limits, and defined his passion. And somewhere out in the desert, the sound of an engine still echoes through the dust. The king of cool may be gone, but his spirit never stopped riding. Steve McQueen chased speed, adventure, and the freedom only a motorcycle could offer. His racing days may be in the past, but his influence still fuels the spirit of off-road riders today. His passion turned machines into legends and races into unforgettable moments. The roar of his engine may have faded, but the impact he left behind will never slow down. If you enjoyed this ride through history, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. More stories of legends and machines are on the way. See you in the next video.